Welcome, thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts, to our channel. Tonight, we dive into the realm of the supernatural with the Skinwalker Chronicles. These bone-chilling tales are not for the faint of heart. Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss an update. If you love terrifying tales of the paranormal, you're in the right place. Share your own ghostly experiences in the comments below, and let's get ready to explore the darker side of the supernatural world. Now, turn off the lights, grab some popcorn, and prepare yourself for a journey into the unknown. The Forgotten Church. Deep in the remote countryside stood an abandoned church, once a place of worship now overtaken by nature. Julia, an urban explorer, was drawn to its eerie charm and the legends of a skinwalker haunting its grounds. She arrived at dusk, armed with a flashlight and her camera. Inside, the church was cold and dark. Strange symbols were carved into the wooden pews, and the air was thick with a sense of dread. As she ventured deeper, she heard whispers echoing through the empty halls. The whispers grew louder, forming incomprehensible chants that sent shivers down her spine. "Who's there?" Julia called out, her voice trembling. Suddenly, a figure appeared at the altar, shifting between human and beast. Its eyes glowed with a malevolent light, and it began to mimic Julia's voice, creating an eerie echo that reverberated through the church. The skinwalker's laugh was a sinister, distorted version of her own, filled with an otherworldly malice. Julia's flashlight flickered, casting grotesque shadows on the walls. She felt an icy hand graze her shoulder, and she spun around to see the skinwalker looming over her, its breath hot and rancid. She frantically recited a protection chant she had learned, her voice quivering with fear. The creature paused, its eyes filled with rage. Julia backed away, keeping the light on the skinwalker. It hissed, the sound like nails on a chalkboard, and lunged at her. She stumbled backward, falling over a broken pew. Just as the skinwalker reached her, the first rays of dawn filtered through the shattered stained glass windows, and the creature recoiled, its power waning. Julia scrambled to her feet and fled the church, not stopping until she reached her car. The encounter left her shaken, a haunting reminder of the malevolent presence in the forgotten church. The Haunted Mine. Tom and his friends were thrill seekers, always on the lookout for new adventures. They decided to explore an abandoned mine known for strange occurrences and sightings of a skinwalker. As they descended into the mine, the air grew colder, and an eerie silence enveloped them. The oppressive darkness seemed to swallow their flashlights' beams, making the tunnels feel endless. Deep within the tunnels, they found strange markings and remnants of dark rituals. The walls were covered in symbols that seemed to pulse with a dark energy. Suddenly, a low growl echoed through the mine, reverberating off the walls. A figure appeared at the end of the tunnel, its form constantly shifting, its eyes glowing with a sinister light. "Stay together!" Tom shouted as the creature advanced. The skinwalker mimicked their voices, creating an unsettling cacophony. The echoes bounced off the walls, making it difficult to discern where the sounds were coming from. Panic set in as the creature's laughter grew louder and more distorted. "Get the salt," one of Tom's friends yelled, fumbling with their backpack. The skinwalker lunged, its claws scraping against the stone walls, leaving deep gouges. Tom and his friends scrambled to form a makeshift circle of salt around them. The creature howled in frustration, unable to cross the barrier. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly rage as it paced around them, searching for a way in. As dawn approached, its power waned, and it retreated into the darkness, hissing and snarling. The group hurried out of the mine, their encounter a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in the haunted depths. The Ghostly Farmstead. Emma and Lucas were paranormal investigators with a passion for uncovering the truth behind ghost stories. They set their sights on an old farmstead, long abandoned and rumored to be haunted by a skinwalker. As they arrived, the sun set behind the dilapidated buildings, casting long shadows across the land. Inside the farmhouse, the air was thick with the smell of decay. The floors creaked under their weight, and strange noises filled the air, footsteps, whispers, and an eerie howl. The walls were covered in strange symbols, and the windows were boarded up, allowing only slivers of moonlight to penetrate the darkness. "Did you hear that?" Emma whispered, her voice filled with fear. Suddenly, a figure appeared in the doorway, shifting between human and animal forms. The skinwalker watched them with malevolent intent. Its eyes glowed with a sinister light, and it began to mimic their voices, distorting them into an unsettling echo. "We need to get out of here," Lucas said, his voice steady despite his fear. The skinwalker lunged at them, its claws scraping against the wooden floor, leaving deep gouges. Emma and Lucas scrambled to form a makeshift circle of salt around them. The creature howled in frustration, unable to cross the barrier. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly rage as it paced around them, searching for a way in. Using their cameras, they tried to document the encounter while keeping the creature at bay. The skinwalker's laughter grew louder and more distorted, filling the farmhouse with an unbearable noise. As dawn broke, its power weakened, and it retreated into the shadows. Emma and Lucas left the farmstead, their encounter a stark reminder of the supernatural dangers they pursued. The Deserted Amusement Park. Mike and his friends loved exploring abandoned places, and the old amusement park on the outskirts of town was their next target. The park had been closed for decades, with rumors of a skinwalker haunting its grounds. They arrived at night, the eerie silence broken only by the creaking of rusted rides and the distant howl of the wind. As they wandered through the park, strange noises followed them, whispers, growls, and an unsettling feeling of being watched. The old carousel's eerie music box played a haunting tune, despite its gears being rusted and broken. Suddenly, a figure appeared, its form shifting between human and beast. The skinwalker watched them with glowing eyes, its presence sending chills down their spines. "Stay close," Mike shouted, gripping his flashlight. The creature mimicked their voices, creating confusion and fear. The echoes bounced off the broken rides, making it difficult to discern where the sounds were coming from. Panic set in as the skinwalker's laughter grew louder and more distorted. "Get the salt," one of Mike's friends yelled, fumbling with their backpack. The skinwalker lunged, its claws scraping against the rusted metal, leaving deep gouges. Mike and his friends scrambled to form a makeshift circle of salt around them. The creature howled in frustration, unable to cross the barrier. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly rage as it paced around them, searching for a way in. As dawn approached, its power waned, and it retreated into the darkness, hissing and snarling. The group hurried out of the park, their encounter a chilling reminder of the dangers lurking in forgotten places. The ancient forest. Sarah and David, avid hikers, decided to explore an ancient forest known for its beauty and eerie legends. The forest was rumored to be home to a skinwalker, a malevolent creature that prowled its depths. As they hiked deeper into the woods, the air grew colder, and the forest eerily silent. The trees seemed to close in around them, their gnarled branches reaching out like skeletal fingers. Suddenly, they heard footsteps behind them. Turning around, they saw a figure shifting between human and animal forms. The Skinwalker watched them with glowing eyes, its presence sending chills down their spines. Its breath was hot and rancid, filling the air with a foul stench. "Keep moving," David whispered, his voice tense. The Skinwalker began to mimic their voices, creating an unsettling echo. The creature's laughter grew louder and more distorted, filling the forest with an unbearable noise. Panic set in as the echoes bounced off the trees, making it difficult to discern where the sounds were coming from. "Get the salt!" Sarah yelled, fumbling with her backpack. The Skinwalker lunged, its claws scraping against the ground, leaving deep gouges. Sarah and David scrambled to form a makeshift circle of salt around them. The creature howled in frustration, unable to cross the barrier. Its eyes glowed with an otherworldly rage as it paced around them, searching for a way in. As dawn approached, its power waned, and it retreated into the shadows, hissing and snarling. Sarah and David made their way out of the forest, their encounter a haunting reminder of the legends that stalked the ancient woods. Thank you for watching this spine-chilling episode of Skinwalker Chronicles. If you enjoyed these terrifying tales, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more paranormal encounters. Hit the bell icon to be notified whenever we upload new stories of the supernatural. We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts on these stories in the comments below, and let us know if you have any Skinwalker experiences of your own. Stay tuned for more bone-chilling stories, and remember to keep your eyes open, the next encounter could be closer than you think. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.